Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the King of Camo. Today we have a very fun video for you. We're going to be doing a restoration on an EAA Tanfoglio 40 cal double single action pistol. Now this pistol is kind of unique. It's somewhat of a clone of the CZ75. And what you'll find is that there's many versions of this pistol because back in the 70s and 80s, the Russians didn't have the copyright laws that we have today. And so the design was copied by a bunch of different manufacturers. Now this particular model that we have with us today has seen better days. You can tell that there was some kind of chemical spill on one side of the gun, which caused the finish to kind of erode. So we're going to take you in the back, show you the entire restoration process from the sandblasting to the painting to the ordering of new parts. Follow along, you won't want to miss it. All right, as I mentioned earlier, this pistol has seen better days, and if you look at the finish, you can really tell that it needs some love. So step one, sandblasting. But first, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's have a little history lesson. Hello class, I'm Professor Nate, doctorates in flagology, and today we will be talking about Tanfoglio, its history, and the guns they were inspired by. And I'll have you know that this is a no-nonsense zone because I run a tight ship here. I'm looking at you, Ryan. Tanfoglio is an Italian-based company started after World War II, making lower receivers, hammers, and triggers. About a decade later, they introduced their first production gun, the GT27. Sounds like a cool sports car, but actually it was more of a brick with a trigger. It was released in 1962 and suspiciously similar to the Beretta 950. Hammer-fired, single-action pit... Ryan, no questions. No questions. One of Tanfoglio's most popular handguns to date is a clone of the CZ75. The CZ75 is considered to be among one of the best pistols ever made. Tanfoglio recognized this and made their own version called the Witness in 1997. This firearm has become one of their most successful pistols in their handgun lineup and is chambered in 9mm, 40 caliber, and 10mm. They offer this gun in a variety of sizes from subcompact to full size. From its humble beginnings as a budget gun, it maintained the quality of the CZ75 and has become a staple of many high-end firearm collections. This is why I think it's important to... What do you want, Ryan? I need to go potty. Ryan, is this why you interrupted me? This is college. You don't need my permission to empty your bladder. That's it. Ryan's ruined it for everyone. I don't get paid enough for this. Just cut back to the video. We're gonna go in there and get it done. Now what we're shooting here is an 80 grit aluminum oxide sandblast media. You may have noticed that the gun had a bluing on there, which isn't a great finish, so it comes off relatively easy. We're gonna get all the metallic parts done, the frame and the slide, and then we'll move on to the next step. Boom, check it out. You can immediately tell it already looks way better. Now we're gonna clean it, degrease it, and prep it for paint. Rinse it off with a little water. And then in order to get all the oils off, we'll use some Simple Green. So we've got some Simple Green in the spray bottle. We will just hit the entire firearm with it. And we will then agitate it with the brush. And once that's done, I like to hit it just one more time and help to rinse it off with the Simple Green.
Then in here, 2 shots of
the Simple Green. And we'll let it sit for about a minute. Not too long because we don't want the firearm to begin rusting. We'll come back, rinse it off, and then spray it off with Shop Air. All right, we have sandblasted, degreased, and cleaned the frame, and you can tell it's a significant improvement. Just a little pro tip for you. When you are spraying the parts that you've just sandblasted and cleaned with Shop Air, wear some safety goggles. Some of that blast media may shoot back up in your eyes like what just happened to me, and it's not very fun. All right, so the color that we've chosen is SIG 551 gray. We're gonna mix it up. While we're mixing it up, we're gonna throw the frame in the oven to burn off any of the residual oils. Okay, Billy just informed me that he's never had a proctology exam. So we're gonna check out his prostate real quick. Not really. We are ready to paint. So we've got our paint mixed up, and we are gonna grab our parts and paint them. All right, we mixed up SIG 551 Gray by Duracoat. The customer requested a slightly glossier finish, so we added just a little bit more hardener. And with Duracoat, you can add up to 10% more hardener to get that glossier look. We do remember, though, that it will take longer to cure that way. When it comes to spraying, I recommend that you move in the same direction for the most part, because glossier colors are less forgiving when it comes to showing streaks. Also, it's very important that you kind of stay equidistant from the part. So take your time as you spray, and make sure you watch to not overspray, because you definitely don't want any dripping. Once we're done with the slide and the frame, we're going to take them and put them in the oven for curing. Okay, after degreasing all of the internal parts, we discovered that we don't need to order any, just keep degreasing them. Apparently this gentleman never cleaned his gun, he just kept oiling it. So it's taken about half the day to degrease it, but now we're ready to repaint them black. All right, we're all done painting. The gun's cured from the oven. I'm gonna hand it over to Billy for reassembly. Billy.
Come on. Okay, come on.
Hey guys, all right, we are done with this restoration. I think it turned out absolutely fantastic. If you saw the early shots of the gun, you'll notice that it came in pretty crude. This Italian redesigned gun looks like it's fresh from the factory now. If you enjoyed our video and you enjoyed watching the restoration process, don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming videos and go check out our other ones as well. Thank you for your time. Take care. Thank you for watching again. Sure do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you liked our videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to miss the next one, be sure to hit the bell. That way you'll get a notification the next time we post a video. Thank you again. Be safe.